Hello, good evening, everyone. How is everyone doing tonight? Hello, hello, hello. Ooh, we gotta light some candles. Where's my lighter? Oh, hold on. Gotta get the diffuser going. The candle flickered back towards me. Hello, how's everyone doing tonight? Let's see. What have I not done yet? I haven't heard from Tiffany. Don't know if she's going to join us tonight, but Brittany's going to be joining us in a little bit. She said she'd be a little bit late, but Brittany's going to join, so she's going to be in on the readings tonight. Hopefully Tiffany will pop in if she's feeling up to it. I'm not sure. I haven't heard from her today. I hope she's feeling all right. Much love to you, Tiffany. Sending good energy out to you. Good vibes. Lots of love. Lots of love, good energies. Let's see, I'm going to turn this music down a little. To me, it seems a little loud at times. But that's me. And then I end up jamming out to the music for the next 20 minutes, Get some incense going. Starting my Palo Santo. Yeah, got the incense going. We got the candles going. We got the diffuser going with all the nice smelling oils in there. We got some nice tea. We got the cards about ready to get set up here in just a minute. And then I need to roll a couple of cigarettes too because I ran out. There's a reason for the cigarettes. It's not just for, the love of tobacco. Oops, let's see. Mute the phone. I hope everybody is having a great evening, having an amazing day. I am looking forward to tonight's show. Been looking forward to it all day. Like, I'm excited. Like, definitely been waiting for this. There we go. Got that taken care of. Oh, we get the cards laid out. All set up. I had them all out in the front room. I was out there working with cards on the table earlier. Actually, I was doing a lot of stuff with cards throughout this week. But if you're out there, say hello. Let me know who's there. Let me know who's hanging out. You guys know me. I like to chit chat. I'm social. Let's socialize. How's everybody's evening going? Hope everyone's having a good night. I'm excited. I'm going to be taking a trip tomorrow. going to be going to go see an uncle of mine I haven't seen in a while. Hey, Michelle, how are you doing tonight? I'm just getting all my decks set up and laid out. Yes, that's how it goes. How are you doing? Happy and chilling. That's a good way to be. Happy and chilling is a great way to be. Can't think of a better way to be than happy and chilling. All right. So, guys, I am actually about to roll up a couple of hand-rolled cigarettes. So you guys know I'm actually smoking cigarettes, not something else. And the reason for this is I can use the tobacco when I'm working with the cards as both a blessing and a cleansing when I'm done working with them to cleanse them for the next person. So, normally I've just been using the cigarettes I smoke because then I don't end up, I've got a filter and everything else. These are going to be like filterless, like straight Bupacho style. Alrighty. I'm making a mess on my desk. I'm actually doing good. It has been a really good day here. I went out and spent some time with Dad today. Had a really funny moment with Dad today. Just cracked me up. I mean, it had me laughing. I've been helping my father learn how to use Facebook. My dad's 78 years old. I've been helping my father learn how to use Facebook so he can connect with family and friends and stuff that use it, see pictures of the grandkids and stuff, or the great grandkids and stuff like that. And, just so he can see stuff going on in the family. So I've been teaching him how to use it. Well, he's been wanting to know how to do messaging and sending messages and text to people. And so I've been teaching him how to do that. And here in the last week or so, he has started using, memes and emojis. And Dad comes up to me. He's like, but I don't understand what this one emoji is. He says, it just looks like it's got its tongue sticking out. And I don't know what it means. And I'm like, Dad, show me which one you're talking about. And I'll try to do my best to explain it to you. Well, it was the Facebook emoji. It was the Facebook like. It was the care emoji where it's hugging the heart. Dad thought it looked like it was sticking out its tongue. So now I can't look at that emoji without thinking that it's sticking out its tongue. But it was cute. It was funny. I liked it. It was it made my day today. It was just a funny moment. Hello, Facebook user. You just came in. Who said peace all? Because it just shows you as Facebook user. How are you doing? Let us know who you are. Just say a name or whatever. Yeah, my dad doesn't have dementia. My dad just doesn't know technology all that well, and he's trying to learn it. And so it gets kind of interesting. And yes, guys, I'm rolling some hand-rolled cigarettes for tonight. I'm going to be using them for blessings. I'll also be using them to clear the... also going to be using them to clear the cards when I'm done with them. Oh man, it has been so long since I've used Bupacho this style. He hasn't figured out he can text yet. Yeah, no, Dad's starting to get figure it out, because people would send him text and he'd be like, I got this thing on my phone, I don't know how to access it. And so I showed him, and then he's like, okay, well, how do I do that? And so I started teaching him, and it's been a fun experience. It's great. So he video messages everyone. It was funny as crap. He cut his brother. Oh gosh, that's funny. Sounds like something Dad would do. Totally sounds like something Dad would do. He laughed so hard he snorted. I love it when people laugh like that. When stuff is just so delightful and humorous and stuff. We need to make sure we bring more humor into our lives. It's really a good thing for us to have that kind of humor in our lives, where we can laugh at stuff. We take things not so serious. Like the stuff that's not serious, we can take it so serious. You just paid for a full? Okay. Did you pay through PayPal or the Cash App? You paid through Cash App. Hi, are you Drew? Okay, Drew, give me just a minute and we will get onto your full, because right now it just says Facebook user next to your name. And so it's this weird glitch with hi Drew, nice to meet you. It's this weird glitch with Streamlabs, that when people come in through our groups instead of the pages, it shows up as it says Facebook user. Awesome, nice to meet you, Drew. Give me just a second and I will start in on your live reading here in just a minute. I use Oracle. I do have tarot. I'm going to be doing tarot starting on the on Halloween, on October 31st. I have done I'm in the process. I used to read tarot, and then I left working with tarot for a long time, and now I'm coming back to working with it again. And so it's a matter of getting used to it. Give me a second here, Drew, and I'll show you because I've got a couple different decks that you can take an option from. I'm just trying to get a couple of Lupacho cigarettes rolled up. It's just a ceremonial tobacco. Oh, that one's all sticking out the end. That's a good sucker. All right. Because I will use the tobacco to cleanse the cards and to bless the cards before and after every reading. So hopefully those two will get me through the night. If not, I got stuff to go through some more. So I've got 3 decks I'm working with tonight, Drew. My first deck I've got is the Halloween Oracle card. It's got these cute little background. I love showing off the back of this deck. And then it's just got some really great. It's all Halloween imagery and stuff. It's really good for this time of year. Just a really nice Oracle deck. My other Oracle deck that I work with is the Sacred Rebels deck, and that's got the Maiden, the Mother, and the Crone on the back of it. And this has just some of the most stunning artwork this is hands down just gorgeous artwork. I love the art of this deck. It's a stunning deck. And then the third deck that I am working with tonight is the Shamanic Healing Oracle deck. And so there's the back of it. And then These cards are a little harder to see. I got to hold them at an angle because they got a gloss coating on them. You love the third deck? Option number 2 for you, Drew? Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, Drew. So let me pull this out here. Let me light up one of these. One fun thing about doing the Mupacho this way is we roll it and just, we just do rolling papers. It's a hand-rolled cigarette. And we use it for ceremonial blessings and stuff. And so I'm using it to bless and clear the cards tonight. No filters. Which deck is your favorite deck to use? So option number 2. All right, Drew, we cleared the cards. Go ahead and get these shuffled up for you, and we will get you a reading, my friend. Oh, the shamanic deck. Oh, that shamanic deck is gorgeous. I absolutely love that shamanic deck. Like, and I work as kind of my background in working in the spirituality, and like, if you was to ask me kind of where my roots and my belief systems come from, I could best be described as like kind of a shamanic druid, which shamanism and druidism kind of runs very closely to each other. But I very much have those kinds of an outlook on how I approach things, through the views that I use to see things. If that makes any sense. These cards all nice and laid out here for us. There we go. All right. And so, yeah, I connect with that deck, but I've got some other amazing decks. Brittany's going to be joining us here in a little bit. She's just running late. She told me she was going to be late getting in. She's dealing with family stuff, and so she's just taking care of the kiddos and the family and everything before she can join in. Oops, there we go. There's honestly, that's the rest of your cards just popped right out at me. That means they really wanted to come and say hello. But I've got some beautiful, beautiful decks. Like I've got this Green Witch Tarot deck that I'm going to start reading with on the 31st, as well as I'm a huge Nightmare Before Christmas fan, so I got a Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot deck too. It was a gift from a friend because they know I really like Nightmare Before Christmas. Hello, who just said hello? That's several of you are coming in here as Facebook users, and so like, it's like whoever said this, I'm not sure if that's a Drew or not, or who said that. You actually could use cannabis to cleanse and stuff with. I use tobacco. I do old school tobacco style. It's a very shamanic thing. There's a big honor in that. But Drew, all right, my friend. We have your cards pulled. So first off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the cards. I'm going to show you what cards I pulled for you, and then we're going to get into the interpretation and the reading for you. So the first card you got is Receiving. Second card you got is Relax Hold of the Darkness and Be at Cause. Next card you got is Softly, Softly, the Tender Touch. Restore and Replenish. Shock of the New. The Perfection of Your Life. And a Big, Bold Vision. So, looking at these cards laid out, Drew, just from looking at them in an overview before I start running down through them, the whole thing looks along the lines of like you're trying, like something you may have been expecting something, or you're about to receive something, and this is going to go through a few things. It's going to bring you around to stepping into a big vision. Give me just a second and we will dive fully into this. All right. I just needed to do something I forgot to do just a few moments ago. So, all right, we have got that. Okay, Drew, so the first card, Receiving. All right. This could be as in you're looking at receiving either something physical or something spiritual is working on manifestation. The way she is taking this in, I'm an old school shaman. I work with a lot of plant medicines, and I will tell you, if this does not remind me of doing an ayahuasca ceremony, I do not know what does. But in this, it is a representation of receiving something. And in this card, usually a lot of times it can be receiving something physical, but a lot of times it's something that's on the spiritual level, or like a healing or emotional, something along those lines that's coming. This could be a receiving of gifts, and or even support in everything you've got going on. Because the next card that you've got is called Relax the Hold of Darkness and Be at Cause. And so what this card is actually calling you to do, Drew, is to let go of the negativity that's coming in and around you, and let go of the darkness that's in and around you. Release that. Don't hold on to that, Drew. Let go of that and be at cause, be at peace. Know that you're on the path that you're supposed to be on, and just walk in that confidence. Just walk in that knowing that you're on the right path. The next card is Softly, Softly, the Tender Touch. Okay. And this card calls for a couple of different things. This card can call very much to opening up to allowing the divine feminine energies to come in a nurturing way to help heal. The feminine energies are typically a very, very healing and nurturing energy. And this card also is a big card in calling you to self-care, to do things to take care of yourself. And that goes beyond, just eating good and, staying up on your hygiene and stuff like that. It's going beyond and treating yourself and taking care of yourself in a manner that, not many other people are going to do. And especially, for us guys, it can be things like, I got a nice big beard, so I get nice beard oils, and I put real nice beard oils in my beard, it helps keep my skin from drying out, makes my beard smell nice, makes it look nice. I've got to get a new trimmer. My trimmer broke, so I just haven't picked one up. And I've been trimming by scissors, but I didn't get a chance to do so today. So, but, take care of things like that. So, like, if you got a beard like me, maybe spend a little money on some beard care stuff, or, treat yourself in certain ways. If you enjoy reading, read. If you're kind of guy that likes smoking a nice cigar, get you a nice cigar. Whatever it is that you enjoy doing, Drew, do something like that and just kind of kick it up just a little bit of a notch. You don't have to go all, super crazy with it or anything, but just kind of do something a little special for yourself. That's that whole taking care of yourself, treating yourself, that kind of self-care. You're really just making sure you're there doing what you need to be doing. And then the next card you got is Restore and Replenish. And this card is calling you to restore yourself and replenish. It's taking a downtime. This card is taking a moment before you step up into something. And this doesn't necessarily mean just a physical rest and replenish. This can be a physical as well as a spiritual rest and replenish. And so when that comes around, when, it's one of those things that you need to look at it as not just a physical, but that spiritual, that emotional, that mental rest and restoration becomes very, very, very critical. And especially because the next 3 cards are really, really big and important, because you've got Shock of the New, and this means that something new and exciting and just like really out there is coming to you, like something that could be a shock to you or to others around you. It could be you stepping out in a bold, new, shocking way that you haven't done before or people haven't seen before. And it's all about being bold with that when you do it. It's about really stepping out there with that confidence and that strength and that, this is what I'm going to do, and not allowing the fears of others to creep in on you when you're doing this. But you're going to be out there and you're going to be bold, speak your truths, and do what you need to step forward and move forward. But that shock of the new is going to be something, and that could be something new coming to you. But from this, I'm kind of getting, you're going to be the one that's doing something that's going to be shocking and new. Not that something shocking and new is coming to you. It's that you're going to be the one, because you've got something that you're receiving in. But I just got this feeling that this perfection of your life, I mean, that shock of the new could be coming at you. But these last 3 cards really feel like they play together. This shock of the new, the perfection of the life, and the big, bold vision. These 3 cards all fell out together. When I was pulling, these 3 cards fell out in combination together. So that big, bold vision and the shock of the new and the perfection of life, these all play together. And that perfection of your life, just coming into that spot where it's just, you're really stepping in. Okay, you're creating a campaign and it's a lot of new concept for the city. So right there, you're going to be doing something shocking and new. And is this something that is like something that's going to elevate you in your career to something that could be really beneficial to you and just kind of step into that zone where you just feel that kind of Zen flow state coming in? Because that's really what you want to get into. When you can hit that kind of flow state, that's when you're really hitting that perfection. You're hitting that stride. You're really feeling that feel. And, you're working on something like that. That definitely ties into that big, bold vision, especially if you're creating something that's really new for the city and a brand new concept and everything. That's really beautiful. That, and this big, bold vision, man, everything in this just says you are on that path. Embrace this, dive into it. Drew, go, go, go. I've got chills when I said that, man. But yes, do you got any questions, Drew? Hey, Drew, if you need any reminders, if you need to reach out, the Breaking Reality, the show, that's my personal Facebook page. That's my business page, actually. It's not my personal page. It's my business page. It's where you can reach out to me for any things like this, man. Feel free, hit me up on there and we can talk, chit chat, anything you need. If you got any questions or, you need any other kind of, you want to do any other kind of work and stuff on seeing where things are going to be going. Let me scroll back through the comments while I was doing that reading. I know some people were commenting. Hold hold on. I didn't even bring this up. I knew I was forgetting to do something before we went live. I didn't bring about PayPal so I could see when payments came in through PayPal. Okay, there we go. That's what I needed to see. So let's see. So who's all here? People say hello, say hi, drop in. Let's see. Hi, Rebecca. All right. We will put these cards back in the deck and get it ready for the next round of pools. Once again, this is where we go to the Mupacho, the sacred tobacco, to clear the deck. Hooray for unfiltered old school rolled cigarettes where you get a little bit of tobacco on your tongue. Oh, it's been a while since I've worked with Mupacho in this style, so brings back all the joys in the memory. Which it actually is really fun to work with and stuff. It's I got introduced into working with it when I was 15 years old. And it was as a ceremonial spiritual matter. And I don't know, can you guys hear those dings? I'm getting messages and I don't know if you guys can hear those or not. I'm just kind of curious. Alrighty. Let's see. Let me grab my Lenormand cards. The heart card was stuck at the very bottom of the box. It did not want to come out. There's nothing sticky on it. It was just in there. Rebecca, we are doing paid readings tonight. We will do free readings and can I edit that? I forgot to put no legal or medical in the description when I posted that up because we do not do anything on legal or medical. Not that anyone's asked, it's just that I forgot to. And I just realized it. Are you still here, Rebecca? So I see like a lot of people in here, or well, I saw a few people in here, but everybody is coming up as Facebook users. So I do not know who you guys are tonight. So when you pop in, please say your name. Or if StreamYard asks you to sign up or to verify so that we can see your name, do that so I can see who you are. All right, Rebecca. Have you ever seen Lenormand? These are Lenormand cards. It's another form of divination, but it's done a little differently. You literally just read these symbols. Each symbol has its meanings. And so sometimes when someone comes on, if they can't afford to do a paid reading or something, I will offer to do like a 2 or 3 card Lenormand pool. You just new to this, just checking you out. Thank you. And with Lenormand, it really depends on the question. So if you have a specific question in mind, I can do like a 3 card pool on Lenormand. We just kind of look at that, and that will give you guys kind of a look at Lenormand. Because this is something I'm going to be I usually don't do a lot of Lenormand on lives. I'll do a 3 card pool or 2 card pool on Lenormand. But the big thing with Lenormand, these decks are a 36 card deck. The big thing with Lenormand is what they call the Grand Tableau, and you literally lay out all 36 cards, and each card sits in what they refer to as a house. And the houses are representative of the 36 cards. So card number 1 is Writer. So the first house is the Writer, and it goes on down through the whole deck. This is card number 29, and this is the Lady. So the 29th house would be the Lady. This is the 33rd house, and so it would be the Key. Your love relationship. Okay, well, let's do a pool on that and see what this says. All right, we'll do a 3 card Lenormand pool, and we will see how this goes. All right. So in some of this, let me refer back over to a couple of things in here. Okay. Got to go to the book on Lenormand a lot, because you got to look at how the cards reference to each other, because sometimes they will trigger references off of each other and they can take on a different meaning. So reading Lenormand can actually get kind of tricky. Okay, this has got kind of a... So the first card you got was the Fox. The second card you got was the Fish. And the third card you got was the Cross. Okay. So the Fox often represents someone being sneaky or deceitful or doing things to try to manipulate things for their own good. This can also be a business card, but you're asking about relationship. And so this is more, be careful for someone trying to be sly, who's trying to be a little sneaky. It can also lead into someone being a bit manipulative, where they're trying to get you to fall into what they want, but they're trying to take very sly, indirect means by doing it, trying to almost lay the seeds to convince you that that's what they want. The fish card can come into dealing with stuff like finances and material possessions. But it can also call for you to swim against the tide and against the stream. But the next thing is this cross card. It can deal with religion and faith, but this can also deal a lot with sacrifice. And so it kind of feels to me like you need to be careful that someone's not trying to get you to make a sacrifice of finances or materialistic possessions. Make sure that this person isn't trying to take things away from you. That they're not being sneaky and trying to get access to things like finances, different resources or materials. And please let me know how close or not close I am on the feelings of that. If any of this resonates with you, if it doesn't. Because with Lenormand, it's a little different. See, the other thing that fish card can stand for besides money and finances, which is like the big thing that it really stands for a lot of times, it can also stand for like self-esteem. So it could be someone really sneakily messing with your self-esteem. Yo, you got someone who's trying to buy your love. Right there you go. You got to be really careful with that. Got to be really careful with that. Don't, yeah. I would pop up all kinds of red flags at that. I would be very cautious at someone trying to buy your love. Just be extremely cautious with that. And especially like that fish card, it's got to play on money and it's got to play on self-esteem. And if they're trying to, use some of that money and trying to manipulate and mess with self-esteem issues and stuff, and then that the cross card comes in and it can stand for faith, religion, spirituality, but it also stands for that sacrifice. And so that's where it kind of gets into it's right, like it says right here, it says this card represents fate, strain, burden, or karma, faith, religion, suffering, purpose, and being devoted. People sacrificing yourself for the common good, or like trying to take on and bear that cross for someone else. But this just really seems like it's almost like they're trying to get you to sacrifice something in order to fall in love with them. You have strong faith. Is that an issue with this person? Because that faith could be a problem in there too. Like that could be. Like, depending, especially if that person's not really approving of your faith, or if they are approving of your faith. I'm not used to work with the mapacho. The ceremonial tobacco. Yeah, and that gets really difficult when they come from a different lifestyle and they're also trying to buy into it and stuff. And is he trying to like? Is he trying to convince you to come and live like your life the way he wants you to, and trying to sway things that way? Yeah, that's not love at all. That's not what you want. If you love someone, you don't try to change them. When you love someone, you just accept them for who they are. And if they desire to change, that is on them. Now, if it's a partner and they're wanting to change, they're wanting help to change, they're seeking change, then you can do things to help them along that path. But only if it's something that they're wanting to change. But if someone is coming to you and saying, well, I really don't like that you believe this way and I don't believe that way, and you really need to change this way, but he hides his feelings. And you know what? Here's something I'm gonna say. And I've found this out. Sometimes you have to wait and be a little patient before you jump into a relationship, especially if you're waiting for that person that's just really right for you. Because while you may feel that you're ready for this, they may still be working on themselves so that they're ready for it. And if you got a friend like that who he's kind of hiding his feelings, he might be trying to work on making sure he feels okay and he feels confident to step forward into that dynamic with you. He might have some self-confidence issues. There might be some self-esteem issues going on there. Especially since that fish card kind of plays into those self-esteems, kind of hide and sneak in there. You think it's the other? Yeah, definitely wait. Definitely wait and give them the time and just be a supportive friend. Just grow that friendship, because honestly, just grow that friendship deeper and deeper and deeper, because that will be that strong, really strong, good foundation for you guys to move forward from there. And the thing is, you don't need to rush jumping into something. Just take your time, build it. Trust me, I know I've jumped into relationships really quickly and I have just crashed and burned right into the wall. It's no. No. Bad. Horrible, horrible, horrible. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And like I told Drew, if you want to reach out to me, you can reach out to me at Breaking Reality the Show. It's facebook.com/Breaking Reality the Show. I got Brittany's information up there because Brittany's supposed to be joining us here shortly. Oh, don't know what that was. Yeah, definitely take the time to wait though. Give it that time, give it that space, give it that energy. Let that foundation build. And then that way when it does come time for those that he shares those feelings, and if you have those same feelings for him at that time, it's just going to be something even more beautiful at that point in time, because you've built this strong foundation for that relationship to stand on as you guys move forward. Oops. I don't know if that audio comes through. Could you guys hear that? I'd actually clicked on the video because I was trying to share it around with people. But yeah, just take the time, let that build, let it develop into something new and different and special, and just go with it from there. Just it's one of those things that I found out rushing relationships is a good way to mess a relationship up. Jumping into things before either one's ready. I think that honestly, a lot of times, can end up causing a lot more problems than what you would think it would solve or fix. Keep looking down to check and see if anyone's popping into the studio. But yeah, Rebecca, if you got any questions, feel free to ask. If anyone is interested in a reading, here's the information for the readings tonight. We are doing $20 for full readings. And you can reach us at our PayPal or our Cash App, which is right there. I say us because I'm used to having other people on here with me. You can't hear me? Oh, hold on. I might be talking. Okay. What about now? Can you hear me now? Let me know because my mic has done something really weird and strange. And I don't know why. No clue. Who's freezing up? Is it you or is it me? And can you hear me now? Because I moved my mic forward and stuff. It might have been a little far away. Usually I'm really, really loud on these things, and that's why I usually try to be a little more cautious because I usually end up blowing people's eardrums out. And is that still Rebecca that's saying, sorry, you keep freezing? I don't know if you guys can even hear the music, but I do. Oh, I almost forgot. I have a cup of tea over here. Yay! So good. So good. Some kava tea that Tiffany sent me as a gift for my birthday. Oh, so yummy. Absolutely love it. It's very relaxing, very calming. helps just kind of melt some of that stress away. Just gorgeous. Let's see, what else do I have sitting around? I was going to talk about some stuff tonight, but then I sat down in front of the camera and my mind went poof. It's like, I knew you said you was going to say some stuff, but the stuff you said you was going to say, now you're going to forget it all. Enjoy. Sorry, I had some people message me asking me when and where I was going live, and so I was sending them some information around. I think I finally know why people keep asking me astrology questions. I just figured it out. Oh my God, that's funny. So I'm a moderator in a couple of the groups of Tiffany that Tiffany's got and stuff, and that's one of the things I do is I help her with some of that stuff. And I just realized I looked in on one of the groups that says group admin and expert in astrology. I'm not an expert in astrology. Great at doing readings, like tarot readings, oracle, that kind of stuff. Rune, Lenormand, love doing those kind of readings. Not so much skill in the astrology department. I'm working on it though. I'm trying to bring up my knowledge and my skill base in it. It's not super great with that, but I'm working on it. But let's see. I'm sitting here racking my brain trying to figure out, because I'm like, man, that would be a really awesome thing to talk about on the show tonight. I think that would be a great conversation to have. And then all of a sudden, I sit down in front of the camera, click it on, and I'm like, oh man, what was I going to talk about tonight? I seriously had a topic I was wanting to discuss. Apparently, it wasn't that important. But I thought, man, that'd be a cool topic to discuss. I've really got to learn StreamYard better. To see, I can do things like that. Oh, we can do overlays. I need to look into this stuff more. Trying to figure it out. But that's what we use to broadcast with. I used to use different broadcast software, but now this is what I'm using. So it's still something I'm really new to using, so I'm not super used to it yet. All right, let me see. There's a couple of things I just want to do tonight. Truth be told, I think I left all that stuff out in the front room. I was going to wait until Brittany shows up so she can entertain you guys. And then I'll go grab that stuff. But so one thing that we do have coming up is on October 31st on Halloween, we are going to be doing a live event all day that day. We're going to be doing live readings. We're going to be doing Q&A. We are working on some other little special things to go on that day. And there more than likely will be a couple of giveaways as well that day. And so I know we're going to be giving away, I'm going to be giving away some readings and stuff. So that's something I'm going to be doing personally that day. Like readings from me are going up on the giveaways for that day. So we're really going to just kind of make it a community day, a whole fun thing to do throughout the day. We're going to be doing different goofy, silly things, cutting up, having fun, and just kind of embracing the whole, that community, trick-or-treat, Halloween, Samhain kind of energy vibe. And just really just get into it and just hang out and have fun. But anybody have any questions? Anything anyone would like to know? How do you learn to read cards? Ooh, that is one of those things that, to be honest, I just picked them up and started messing with them. A lot of cards, a lot of stuff, like if you want to get tarot, a lot of people will start off with this, which is the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. This is the traditional tarot deck. So a lot of times people will start off with this deck. This is the really old school deck. You see this in, whenever you see like contemporary, people doing the traditional tarot stuff, this is the deck you see, so it's like the Staves, Wheel of Fortune, it's all that the Devil, Three of Swords, what is that, Eight of Cups, the Tower, this is one of those very traditional tarot decks. Then it comes with this little book, this little booklet. And with tarot, a lot of it is learning to read the cards, is to get to know the meanings of it, and because each card have different meanings. And with tarot, it works that way. Like myself, was you here when I done my reading for Drew? Did you get to see me do the reading for Drew? Because with that, I was working with oracle cards. And Oracle cards are a lot different than tarot because an Oracle deck isn't set. Like most tarot decks are set. So they have 78 cards and they have certain cards in there that represent certain things. Now, like I have another deck here that's called the Green Witch Tarot and it's buried under a pile of stuff. But that book or that deck has like, instead of the Emperor, it's a very like kind of Celtic, Nordic, very pagan themed tarot deck. And that deck, instead of like the Emperor, has the Horned God. Instead of the Empress, it has the Earth Mother. Instead of the World, it's the World Tree. So things are a little different. Like I was reading these, which are Oracle cards. This is the Oracle deck I was using with him for Drew for his reading. And so each of these cards are different in every deck. Every Oracle deck is different. It is whoever it is that is the person writing the deck, putting the deck together. Like this is my Halloween Oracle deck. And I got a slew of other Oracle decks over there too. It's just, these are the ones I'm working with tonight on lives. I try not to work with too many or I end up getting overwhelmed. Trying to figure out where all the decks are and working with them because I just don't have the space to lay them all out right now. And I say right now because there's big changes that I'm wanting to do here as far as getting the office redone and setting a bunch of stuff up. Oh yeah, these decks are beautiful. But these decks, like this one comes with a guidebook. And so like whenever you pull a card, you come in here, you go to the guidebook. Hi, Karen. How you doing tonight? So, Rebecca, if you go to the guidebook, it will walk you through what the card means. So this will tell you what all, what do you feel, this card, what do you feel means. And then in this book, she has what she calls the healing process. And it's got some little things in here, but each Oracle deck is different. Like I've got in here, let me grab one of my other ones over here. There's this. This is another deck I've been working with. This is a fun one. I enjoy this deck. This is the Spellcasters, or Spellcasting Oracle cards. This is a new deck I just got, so I'm still really learning this deck. But this deck has some great images. So you got protection, animals, life purpose, answers, career, transformation, closure. And then each one of these has its own little section in this book. So like forgiveness, it's what it means. It's got this little magical guidance section. So this book is laid out different. And then it has a spell incantation that goes along with, it's a spell incantation for forgiveness. And then it has the magical meanings of what the card means. Trying to get that in focus. There it goes. So magical meanings of forgiveness. Stop being a victim. Tell someone if you're being bullied. Seek peace of mind. Look to the future and remain positive. Forgive and forget. You've been let off the hook. And so Oracle cards, you kind of just got to get to feel the deck, get to know the deck. But like for me, I don't really go to this book anymore with this deck because I've connected to this deck. I've worked with it quite a bit. And so what I do is I do intuitive reading. So I look at the cards, I look at the images on the cards, I look at what the card is, and then I take that meaning and figure out how it fits into the reading, how it fits into everything else. Like certain cards, because they've come up quite a bit, like the Softly, the Tender Touch, which was in Drew's deck. I know this card here very much talks about allowing that very feminine nature to come in and nurture and take care of you. It's also a card that really calls you to step into doing self-care and taking care of yourself, and being using that sense, that soft touch with yourself, being gentle with yourself, not being harsh on yourself, that you step forward and that you move forward with things without just beating yourself up. So, because we do that stuff a lot of times, and especially if we mess up on something or we screw up on something, we kind of beat ourselves up over it. But we really shouldn't, because that's part of this experience. Is okay, we screwed something up, we messed something up. There's a lesson to be learned here. If we hurt someone in that process, we probably need to apologize to that person and try to do what we can to take care of that. But we can't constantly beat ourselves up, because we're human. We're going to make mistakes. We're going to fail. We're going to screw up. It's just part of the life of it. And you got to accept that and just learn the lesson that comes from that. You appreciate me explaining the decks, the card decks? Yeah, you really do get a feeling for the decks, and and the intuitive feeling, and honestly, this deck here, the Shamanic Oracle deck, I read strictly intuitive. I very, very, very rarely do I go to that book at all for this deck. Maybe if a card's kind of hitting in a weird position and I'm like, man, the card just kind of doesn't make sense where it's laying in this reading. And so I'll go to the book and just kind of read the meaning over a few times from the book and see if that clicks. And then sometimes I just kind of got to step back and look at it again. Then it's like, oh, okay. And there's been times where I've been doing readings and it just seems like nothing's clicking. And so I start talking with the person, I start asking them a couple questions. And then the next thing I know, just they'll say something, and that's the catalyst that makes it all fall together. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you for the kind words. They mean so much to me. Like this, so much. Yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And thank you, thank you, thank you. Means so much. But yeah, working with the different decks. Like here, let me grab. I showed off that Rider-Waite. This will be one of I will hardly ever read tarot from a Rider-Waite. I do not like the Rider-Waite. That is me personally. I know a lot of people who love it. I know people who will use it exclusively. It's not me. This deck is the Green Witch Tarot deck, and it's just a gorgeous deck. Instead of the Magician, you got the Witch. Trying to find. I think this is the Shay instead of Temperance, if I remember right. The Shay stands for the fairy. The Three of Pentacles is a gorgeous card. Just has some beautiful imagery on it. There's the Sun card. I love all the sunflowers and stuff on there too. The Star. So, I mean, and this deck has a Thames, which is the ceremonial knife that witches use instead of swords. The Thames is a ceremonial altar knife. And so it's a little different. Instead of the Wheel of Fortune, this has the Wheel of the Year, which we use to denote when the different Sabbats are. Different big holidays for us. We got Samhain coming up right around the corner. So excited for it. So excited. But yeah, and actually that's when I'm going to start using this deck officially on live. And then this deck comes with a very, very gorgeous companion book that just, I mean, it breaks everything down. It is a very, very beautiful book. It goes through, it actually will break down like the meanings of some of the images in the card, like the key images, so you understand and how that plays into the card. So that's, it's this is actually a very good deck for a beginner as well as, someone experienced. Like to me, I connect to the images. I connect to the imagery of a deck, and that's really what's really critical to me. Like if I don't connect with the deck on image wise, it just doesn't really work. Like, let me trying to move some of these decks around and get them out of the way so I can still keep access to some of the other stuff. It's like I got this deck and I just can't connect to it. I have trouble just even connecting with it. It's a Dragon Oracle deck. It's a nice little deck. Don't get me wrong. I mean, the deck is nice. I don't know. I just don't connect with it. Like certain decks, I just don't. I mean, it's beautiful card stock, really nice thick card stock. Cards have a glossy finish to them, which I'm not always particularly fond of the glossy finish because of the camera and the lighting. Sometimes the glossy finish makes it a glare, makes it hard to see. But like, these cards are neat, they're nice, but I just don't connect with this deck to do readings from it. So I don't offer readings from this deck ever, just because I don't connect with it. And who knows, I may end up, this may be one of the gifts that goes up that day. Just because I don't connect with it, it sits on the shelf or on the table. And I've just, I've had a couple other decks that I don't connect with. Like I don't connect with this one all that well either. But I love the images of it, and I hold on to this deck mainly because I use this for a study deck. You don't either? Who said I don't either? Who made this comment? No, we don't delete comments after we do lives. They're part of it. I don't even, I mean, I guess we could go through there and like hand delete stuff. But no, I don't delete comments after lives. Sometimes we actually will go back and reference back to comments on things. Like I've went back through and watched the lives, and I'll use the comments to see, who I'm reading for and stuff, or I'll look and see what they're saying when we're doing the reading. But if it's Karen, if it's a matter of you're concerned about something like doing a reading and it being something that you don't want it done in a public setting like this, I do offer private readings. Okay, Rebecca Rose, have a good evening and have a great night. And you can reach out to me through my Facebook page. Be safe going home. But my Facebook page is just Breaking Reality, the show. I'll just type it all together. So just facebook.com/Breaking Reality, the show. And you can find me through there, and we will, if you want to talk more, we can definitely do that. Was you looking for a comment, Karen, that's gone, or are you just worried about making a comment and someone seeing something? I'm just kind of curious. I'm just asking out of more curiosity than anything. It's the music, guys. I don't know why, but I actually enjoy this. This background music is one of the few background musics I'm like, yeah. Do not ask me why I connect with it though. Because it's not like much of anything I listen to. Like I do listen to a lot of instrumental and stuff. Listen to a lot of Solfeggio Frequency. That's a big thing I connect with and work with a lot. Solfeggio frequencies, especially in my own personal healing, like physical healing and stuff. All right. I was hoping Brittany would jump in here real soon. She said she was gonna try to join, but she said she'd be a little later. Not sure what she meant by a little later, but she might have got tied up and not be able to make it too. It's always fun though when I have someone else on here reading with me. It's always so much funner. I wonder why. Because all the references and stuff on all the comments and stuff on YouTube should be there. The only thing I ever delete on YouTube is my personal comments because or like stuff on my channel, because sometimes stuff gets like, we're broadcasting to groups in my page and my channel right now. But sometimes what will happen is people will pop on there and they'll pop up like their own websites and stuff, and like someone was trying to advertise a website on one of them, and so I just, and it was not an appropriate website to be trying to advertise. They was trying to be slick about it, and so I deleted it. But like actual comments like what you're saying and stuff, like I don't delete those. I leave those up there, and those should be there for people to be able to see. But you have to actually watch the show and you'll see them tick on the side, I think. Or maybe it does leave it down below. I don't know. Now you have me curious. No, it doesn't put them down there. I don't know. I am not sure. No clue. I'd have to go back and look. But if you go in through like the Facebook groups and you find, or like my Facebook page, and you find it, you'll see only the comments that someone from that group or that page made. And so like if the comments were made through YouTube, you'd have to find them through YouTube. And so that makes it a little tricky on looking back at stuff. But we can also come back to the StreamYard studio where this stuff is recorded and look at past recordings and go, oh yeah, there we go. Okay, I don't know why it wouldn't show on YouTube. Because I didn't delete anything, but there might be like some weird setting I got to tweak. Because like I said, using Streamlabs is new to me. Or not Streamlabs, StreamYard. Because I usually use Streamlabs as what I've used before for streaming. And all that is just the software that we use to be able to broadcast it out to all the different groups simultaneously at once. That's odd that you can't find it. But yeah, hopefully you'll be able to find what you was looking for, but if not, sorry. Was it like something specific that you was looking for? Because I might be able to help you find it. Especially if it was like trying to connect to someone's page, like if you was wanting to get Brittany's page or Tiffany's page or their information or something like that, I can get that out to you easy. Oh, that just reminds me of something. I totally completely forgot to take my medicine earlier. Got to take an antibiotic right now. Sorry. I'm late. I had a cyst removed off of my side 2 weeks ago, and it's not I'm having some issues with where they done the incision. They had taken stitches out and it broke back open afterwards, and so they're worried about infection in there right now, so they got me running on antibiotics as a precaution because they're really, really concerned about an infection in there. So I had to make sure to take that. So hooray for adulting stuff. Should have taken it 2 hours ago. Let's see. Looking around, looking and seeing what decks I want to mess around with. Let me try something. Awesome, that worked. I'm still learning, like I said, I'm still learning the streaming program that we're using, so it's so different than the one I used to use. I get away with doing things on here, like moving the screen, where before I had to have the screen there, and if I moved it, it would screw everything up. It's nice. Oh, so nice. Oh, so nice. So I'm gonna just do a general pool for the collective. Just gonna do like a 4 or 5 card pool. And I am using the Halloween deck because 'tis the season to be spooky. And I have no idea what it is with this particular card. Almost every time I use this deck, this card shows up almost every single time. I would say at least 90% of my reads, the Trick or Treat card pops up in. I have no idea. It's like I gotta get out there. This deck is a beautiful deck. I love this. A little time warp. Oh man, it's been. I have not watched the Rocky Horror Picture Show in a while. I need to watch that. Absolutely love the show. I think it might have been one of the first shows I ever seen Tim Curry in. It's one of those things. It's like where you'll see that meme and it'll say like you can tell a lot about a person where they know Tim Curry from Rocky Horror Picture Show. Dr. Frankenfurter. I wonder if there's any places around here, any theaters doing the live shows with it, where they show it, with a live audience there, and they do all the callbacks and everything. Oh, that is so fun. So very much fun when doing that. Man, these cards just really pull out, just kind of the thing for this season. So I'm just doing a pull for the collective. This is just, for everyone out there. Just kind of a random, generalized pool. And the first card is the Lamp, which stands for remembrance. You got Mummy, which stands for change. You got Trick or Cheat, which is mischief and play. And then you got the Skeleton, which stands for strength. This very much is a time of year for remembrance, putting the lantern in the window to remember those who have went beyond, kind of a beckoning to call those spirits home, calling everything back in. Yes. And so the lamp is all about, just taking that time for remembrance. And as that veil thins and connecting with the ancestors, this is really a time to reach back to that. But this is also a big time of change. I mean, we're in the harvest. We're in the midst of this. We're changing from, we're going through the autumn season. The trees are changing. Everything's changing. We're getting into a whole different vibe, a whole different atmosphere. But the big thing is, as that change is coming in, we are remembering those loved ones. It's important for us to remember to play and be a little mischievous, not malicious, mischievous. Mischievous is playful fun. It's that there's a difference between being mischievous and being malicious. Mischievous is very playful, very lighthearted, very joyful, very jolly, not done with any ill intent. But this calls for us to play, to have fun, but it also calls us to connect to community. Which is an important thing to do. We really, really need to start connecting to community more and more and more, and especially right now during this time of year. It's very important because that's where we find a lot of our strength. While a lot of us will go through things alone in our life, it's really when we find that community and we tie in with that community that we find our strength. So it's really, really critical that, when we're sitting here, we're talking about the collective as a whole, we really need to be coming together. We need to be tying in with each other. We need to be working on that strength. And then, we can step and move and go from there. Someone sent me a voice message, but I cannot check it right now, so. But yeah, let's see. Oops. Sorry, I was looking through my drinks. Seeing what I had sitting over here. this time of year is just, I don't know. I'm really enjoying everything with the changes, with the seasons changing, the weather changing, connecting. It's a huge time to connect back to doing some ancestral work. It's just a beautiful, beautiful thing to do that ancestral work. Man, I just don't know if I play her message, if it's going to come through, and I have no idea what she's going to say. All right, I'm going to risk this. I'm going to mute my mic. I'm going to listen to her message. I'm going to hope this doesn't play through to you guys. Okay, Brittany's not going to be able to join us tonight. She's got an emergency going on. She has to step away and deal with it with some friends, so she's okay. Her family's okay. Nothing there. She's just helping some friends out with some stuff that's going on. So she's got called away. So Brittany's not going to be joining us tonight, unfortunately. So you guys are stuck with me. So here, let me go change this, and I will take Brittany's information out of there since she is not here with us tonight. What kind of real work do you do? Do you have a real job too? LOL, just kidding. But what is it that you do? Actually, I'm really working on building my spiritual practice right now is really what I'm stepping into. But I have actually been on disability for a while because I deal with some really, really hard chronic health issues. I have lupus and fibromyalgia. And so it's really difficult for me to be able to work in any kind of traditional setting. And so this is kind of the path that I'm really working on and stepping in and stepping forward. And this is what I'm doing. Not just the readings, but there's a lot of other things that's going on. I'm currently enrolled in the University of Metaphysics, which is out of Sedona, Arizona. And I am taking courses with them. I just recently started the courses, but their program is kind of a work at your own pace and shouldn't take me too long to get through the stuff. But right now I'm in the process of doing the bachelor's program, which when that's completed, I will be an ordained metaphysical minister through the International Ministry of Metaphysics. And at that point in time, I will be able to step out and offer some more things as far as like spiritual counseling, being able to actually do some more things as far as like officiating funerals and weddings and doing like birth, like the blessing ceremonies and stuff. There's a whole different, we've got a whole book of just different ceremonies and stuff that we can perform once we become ordained. But my main goal in there is I'm working towards a doctorate degree in mystical research. So I would have a PhD in mystical research, which mystical research deals in researching the mystical aspects of all the world's religions. So you've got the Gnostics, you have the Christian mystics, you have the Sufis, you got the Kabbalah, or the Kabbalah. Those are just some examples of some of those mystic aspects of the world's religions. And so the big thing is just a deep dive study into all those. And then part of my final doctorate's program is I have to put together a guided meditation that is a mystical guided meditation. Give me a second. Let me grab the information. If you're interested, then, I mean, The school is not that expensive when you start looking at like school stuff in comparison, but also know that because this is like a spiritual based school and how this is set up, their degree accreditation can't go through the government, so it's not accredited like a full-blown college is or university. um it's a little different, so read through what they talk about on their accreditation stuff. But for the work that I'm doing on the mystical aspect and everything, this just fits right into the kind of work that I do. And so it's one of those things that it just even honestly, it helps me even more so just in my work. That degree will do nothing more than just help me just get deeper with the work that I do. And so like a lot of what I'm doing right now, like I'm really in the early stages of really building this business as a professional reader, as stepping out, doing spiritual coaching, really stepping out and starting to offer services that I've worked for the past 30 years to develop. I'm 45 years old. I started doing this when I was 15. I started down this path at 15 years old and been researching and studying. Started working with runes and tarot in my 20s. And then it was about 7 years ago I started working with Oracle. And so I just finally started working with Oracle on a public venue just recently. Like I'd worked with Oracle with myself personally, friends, family, just, people in my circle. And I kept getting told, you need to step out and start offering this, step out, start offering this, step out and start offering this. And not only was I getting that through the cards, I was getting that through other people. A couple friends had paid for me to have some psychic readings. I went to these psychic readings. Same thing. You really need to step up, step out, and offer your gifts. So here I am, stepping up, stepping out, and offering my gifts. And it's honestly, it's been a beautiful path. I will admit it was a little bit nervous when I first started. It was a little scary stepping out because it's just like, you know, but and as I have done so, I've really, really found this just beautiful connection, not just with the cards, but with the community that, talking with people, getting to meet new people, getting to come in contact with people, and just really um, developing these connections. Yeah, I'm pretty open about telling my story. So if there's like things that you're kind of curious about, um, I'm more than willing to, as long as it's appropriate to share, I'm more than willing to share it. I think that telling our stories and talking about our past, even though my path may be different than someone else's path, there might be something that they go, oh, well, that kind of makes sense to me. And, now something on my path makes a little more sense to me because I heard him talking about his own and I was kind of experiencing something similar. And now I can relate and it makes sense. So I think it's really important that we do those kind of things, that we share those connections, that we share that journey that we've been on. And thank you. Hmm. So I'm going to go ahead and show this since it's just me tonight. Do the screen share. We're going to share this screen right here. There we go. So guys, this is something I've been working on. I'm working on offering a reading subscription service. And this would be a monthly service. You would pay a monthly fee, and these services would be something that you would receive. And the first tier would be for week 1, you would receive 1 tarot or oracle reading for the week, and you would get a daily card pull. And that's basically what each week is with that. And then I also include a full moon tarot spread, a new moon tarot spread, and I'm considering on all the tiers adding in a like a year of the wheel kind of spread. It's a spread that's designed to kind of help you look at what the next upcoming year is going to kind of look like, kind of an overall for that, and then it breaks down a little more. But one of the things, like you see down here, it says all subscription services include a full reading journal so that we can track your readings. So we can use this as a tool to keep track of the readings and follow how things progress. This journal will include pictures of every spread, the key information from the reading, and the video recordings of all the readings are available upon request. So that's something that will be added into each of those as part of the services. So the next tier down that I've got is our tier 2. And you get 1 tarot spread a week, 1 oracle spread a week, and the daily card pull for the 4 weeks, the full moon, the new tarot, the journal, and the option with the recordings, just like the other. Tier 3 gets a little more intense because I start bringing in the Grand Tableau. And in this, whenever we bring in the Grand Tableau, the way I'm going to work with the Grand Tableau is I will lay out the Grand Tableau each month. We'll pull it, we'll lay the cards out, we'll read it, and then we'll take a look at the Grand Tableau and see what are the key areas, the hot spots, those points that we really need to kind of focus on. And then what we'll do from there in that first week is we'll take that tarot spread and that oracle spread, and we'll use those to kind of try to narrow down some stuff on that Grand Tableau that we learned from that Grand Tableau, and then start focusing that out through the rest of the month. This does have the tarot and the oracles readings every week, as well as your daily card pull. And with this one is also included a full moon tarot spread, a new moon tarot spread, and 1 rune casting, a 9 rune spread. The 9 rune spread is what's considered a really intense full rune spread reading. And the 9 rune spread a lot of times is used when trying to look at things on your spiritual path and spiritual journey. Also included with it will be a weekly rune casting. Weekly 3 rune casting, which you can use that for like a past, present, future, or just kind of like you would just like a small 3 tarot kind of reading. You can use the runes for that as well. And then, excuse me, for the biggest tier, I've added in kind of like the granddaddy, like you want it, this is it. It's kind of like going to like Denny's and getting a Grand Slam or something. It's like, give me everything you got in the kitchen on a plate. Okay. So I opened up my cabinets and I said, here's what I got, people. This is what I can offer. And so this is going to be so it will be one grand tableau a month, and then each week it will be the tarot spread, the oracle spread, the 9 rune spread, and the daily card pull. So you will be getting all of those every single week through the month, as well as the full moon tarot spread and the new moon spread. And then I'm also going to offer the opportunity for, on request, if you're dealing with a situation or you're dealing with something, because of like the cost of this tier, I really want this tier to be something where I can make myself accessible to more people, or to the people, I mean, that are working with this. So I'm going to offer, you know, like a 3-card Lenormand, or a 3-card yes, no kind of tarot, or the 3-card rune casting on that same kind of stance. And like I said, I'm still thinking about adding that Wheel of the Year in. I think that's going to go out there for everyone. It's just a really kind of cool spread, and I like it. I really enjoy it. And then there's some other specialty spreads in there that I'll probably pull out and do things for. Like the Green Witch Tarot has a Tree of Life spread that is just absolutely gorgeous, super intense, very, very, very nice. Where I'm at right now in my office, so I don't have the room to lay that spread out. So that spread will be done out in my front room, where I got a big card table that I do stuff on. But and I'm looking at possibly going and starting to do readings from out there until I get the new office built, get the new studio built, where I will have an actual desk set up for nothing but card readings. And this is just tobacco, people. I'm just smoking a hand-rolled cigarette is all. I can even show you the tobacco I rolled. Some good old gambler tobacco tonight. But yeah, if you got any questions, if anyone wants to ask anything, anyone's got any questions about that, about the services, I haven't actually, this is the first time I've really made any of this information public. I haven't even put this up on my page yet. Like, you guys are seeing this before anyone else. So here y'all go, if you're interested. So tier 1, once again, it's a $60 is what tier 1 is going to be. It's valued at over 110. And that's 1 tarot oracle card a week, the full moon tarot, the new moon tarot, and the daily card pulls. Tier 2, $100 value, valued at over 190. This is 1 tarot per week, 1 oracle per week, 1 daily card pull, along with the full moon and the new moon tarot. Tier 3 is going to be $160, valued at over 250. Week 1 includes the grand tableau, the tarot spread, the oracle spread, the daily card pull. The rest of the month includes, for week 2, 3, and 4, you will get a tarot spread, an oracle spread, and a daily card pull. And let's see. Oops, that is not what I wanted to pop up. Let me pop this up. Now you guys know. Oh, wrong picture. There we go. I fixed that now. So the grand tableau, let's see. So this is the grand tableau, and then for each week, basically the difference is you don't get the grand tableau each week. And then you get the full moon spread, the new moon tarot, the 9 rune spread, and the weekly 3 rune casting. And then the very last one, like I said, is kind of the granddaddy. We do the tableau for the month. Just like we do on tier 3, we do the tableau through the month, and we work with the tarot and the oracle to figure it out. Here we add in a 9 rune spread and a daily card pull. And we also add some bonus stuff down here, which these will be kind of a once per day thing. if you really need to reach out, want to know something, that's something we can do. So if you're interested in these things, like I said, I haven't shared this out. I haven't put that up on my pages yet. I put that up on my business pages yet. So if that's something you're interested in, because I'm only going to have a limited amount of spots that I'm going to open up for these things, just because if I get too many people interested, I don't want to overwhelm myself. I don't really know. Like the thing with YouTube is you have to get into monetizing your streams and stuff, and so it gets into a lot. Like there's a lot of tricky things with YouTube when you look into that. Like my YouTube channel is more kind of a basis for knowledge and stuff getting out there, because my YouTube channel, I really started more for the podcast aspect of breaking reality. Um, but like I do these readings on there now. And things are starting to build. Like I haven't even really marketed or promoted other than just kind of sharing it around groups. Like I haven't invested any funds into like boosting any ads or anything to where it will put stuff out there to see a larger view. But that's some of the things that I'm going to be doing. That's some of the things that I want to do to get things up and going, and in the direction that I need it. But I really don't know what YouTube pays as far as monetization, because I really haven't even got to the point of looking at that yet. Like to even be able to monetize the channel, I think you have to have like so many thousands of viewers and everything and views, and so many so many hundreds or thousands of hours of people actually of watching your shows and stuff before you can actually start to monetize the channel. So it's really a process of building everything up, and that's really where I'm at right now. Like you guys are really starting to see me kind of on the ground floor building all this stuff up, and starting to develop this this endeavor that I'm on. And there's a lot of things I'm going to go into more, like especially once I get the new studio built up and constructed. And if once I have it done, I'll be doing a lot of stuff showing different altar work, how to set up altars for like an ancestral altar, how to set up altars for the different holidays, and I'll be working with Brittany strongly with that. And she'll probably be coming in and doing a lot of teachings on setting up altars for holidays and stuff as well when I'm doing that work. Let me see if I can find a picture of my personal altar. I'll share it with you guys if I can find one. I know I've got one somewhere. Just a matter of finding out where. Definitely. No, I definitely have one somewhere. I just don't know where I put it. But I love working with my altar. It brings me so much joy, so much happiness. It's something that is a very, very important aspect of my life in working with that. And it has just been a beautiful process since I've really dove into that aspect of my spirituality and connecting to that. Like before, I'd have tiny little altars. It might be just a couple little things in a corner or up on a shelf, or maybe sitting in a windowsill or something like that. But then a few years back, my mom gave me this beautiful antique writing desk. And it actually sits a little too low for me to sit under it and use it as a writing desk, because originally I was going to use it as like for doing some art and stuff. But then I realized it kind of sits too low for me to really get my legs underneath it, and I was like, man, this would make a beautiful altar. And so that's what I done. And the drawers is where I store some of my altar supplies. I've got incense and candles and sage and Palo Santo and different things like that. Lighters, candle holders, stuff like that. What different supplies and stuff I use, I got stored in the drawers of the writing desk, which is now my altar. And it's just, I love it because it's got all kinds of these really great connections. It ties back to my mother, who passed away back in 2020, and so it's a really, really beautiful thing to me to work with. The altar means a lot to me in my life. Actually, let me see. Here, I will do something that not a lot of people see. Here, I will pop this up. This actually is my altar at night, all lit up, all beautiful. Absolutely love the way this looks. And I'm going to go ahead and play this video. Let me go kill... Actually, no, that's fine. I'm just going to kill the background music, but... because I was playing some music while I was doing this. This is just Solfeggio frequency. But you can see my altar there. It's all lit up. So you can see some of the different parts of the altar there. Let me see if I can actually find a good picture of the altar so you guys can see what my altar looks like when I've got it all set up. I know I got good pictures of it somewhere. Just got to figure out where I hid them. Okay, I can't find it, but all that means is I'm going to have to make sure to take some pictures of the altar and set it out there so everyone can see it. Oh, thank you so much, Karen. That means a lot. And it's one of those things that as I'm working on this path, like I do regular card pulls for myself too. Like I do regular readings for myself. That's part of my way I train as a reader too, is to do readings for myself, to do readings for friends, to do readings for others. And it just helps me stay connected and dive deeper into them as I'm going through all of this. Um, and so it really helps. And in those readings, I've got a lot of confirmation from the cards saying that, just stay on this path, stay true to yourself, stand in that authenticity, and just, be me, and things will fall into place. Oh, yay, I do have it back here. Thought I was going to have to run out front. I was wanting to read. I told some people I'd read some of my poetry tonight on the stream as well. So let me see if I can find a couple of them here that are kind of appropriate. And I'd have to dig around for a couple of others because, I know there's a couple others I really would like to read. It's mainly this one that I want to read. I do have one that talks about duality, which is kind of a good one. It's called Human Being. I'll start off with that one, then I'll read the other one. This one's called Human Being. I wrote this back around 1995, 96, shortly after I graduated high school. And it says, I am darkness and I am light. I am day and I am night. I am heaven and I am hell. I am one with an eternal fight. I live my life one day at a time, deciding wrong from right. The choice is mine. I've been given free will to do as I choose. That's what makes me who I am. I am human being. I am man. And it's just one of the ones I wrote. It was really I wrote that as I was trying to really deal with some of that internal struggle within myself. And I was just really coming to terms a lot with that duality. And so this is the one I actually wanted to read. This is one of my favorite poems. I wrote this before I graduated. I wrote this I wrote this in 1995. My grandfather on my dad's side passed away that year, and he didn't get to see me graduate. And me and him hadn't really been super close when I was growing up, but we were starting to kind of make this connection and get closer. And then he ended up passing away, and it was a really kind of tough time, and I was really working on coming to terms with contemplating death and dealing with death, dealing with grief, and just trying to work it out through some of my writings. So this is called Why, and it says, I dance on midnight wings under twilight stars as I kiss Luna's sweet lips, as I dreams of lives left past and years yet for my eyes to see, as I try to escape the tragedy of days now and years yet to come. And these are the times that we sit and wonder why. Why is the sky blue? Why is the grass green? Why do the birds sing? Why do we walk on by as others sit and die? Then comes gray skies, the lightning flashes, the thunder roars, the wind blows and the storm passes. And these are the times that we sit and wonder why. That's just a couple of them. And I'll share more of some of my writings. Like some of my stuff, I really need to dig it up. Because it's all in different files all over my computer and trying to figure out where I put different things. At one point in time, I had stuff all sorted out and organized. And then that didn't last. What do you mean, like go and ask them what to do? I kind of know what I need to do. I'm in the very beginning stages of it, Karen. Like I'm really in the process of establishing who I am and working up through. And it's not like an overnight, I'm gonna have 50,000 viewers type thing. Like doing things like this Halloween event that's coming up, which we're going to be doing some promotions with. There's going to be it's just a matter of really getting some of the funding and stuff in to come to do the promotions to kind of help build everything. The marketing. One big thing that really helps is if people will share out the information, let other people know when I'm going live, tell people about the shows. We may be changing the days and times of the show, so I'm not going to say like, we're going to be back next week at 9:30, because we might be shifting to a couple of different nights, because Tiffany a lot of times will come on and do readings with me, and I absolutely love Tiffany being here. She brings this great, amazing energy to everything, and I really love just working with Tiffany. She's just a great person. She brings a lot of really good, powerful energy and positive vibe to things. She knows she's got some better times when we're doing stuff that's broadcasting out to her communities as well, that will fit better, and so we might be shifting into some of those time slots. And really, that's kind of a thing I'm doing right now too. I'm trying to figure out what days and what times work best, where and I used to be a streamer, and I streamed on Twitch. I was an affiliate streamer on Twitch. I was actually at the point where I was monetizing my channel. I was doing video game streams on there. And then I just got to where I wasn't really feeling fulfilled by doing that stuff. I was feeling more called to dive deeper into my spiritual work and stepping away from doing things like that. Like I occasionally would pick up a video game and play, but like back then I was streaming like 6 hours a night, 5-6 nights a week. And now it's just not where I'm at yet. I'm working on some things. I've got a lot of times where I'm taking downtime to read and study and work on things. That way that, when we come to shows, and especially like our Tuesday night show, which is a live roundtable discussion, that I can come in, I can step in with some fairly strong knowledge on the subjects that we're talking about and we're going to be discussing. You guys get to see Tanner doing crazy stuff in the background. Dogs, what are you going to do? Love them. Actually, speaking of dogs, come here, Bubba. Hey, come here. Oh, we'll pick up this cutie. Oh. Those are different studio lights that are not supposed to come on. Apparently they wanted Tanner to be in the spotlight. Hi, TT. How you doing, buddy? How you doing, pal? But yeah, I mean, there's a lot that I've got to do to build things up, and I'm not, like I said, I'm not expecting, to sign in and log on and have 20,000 people sitting there watching right away. You got to build up the stuff, and I'm fine. Like when I started off as a streamer, yeah, Tanner, so adorable. He was so lazy today. Like, he did not get up out of bed until like noon. I was up for like a good 3 hours before he decided to crawl out of the bed. And then, of course, he just comes out there and hangs out and chills with me. But also, why I'm holding Tanner, I can't mess with cards. But yeah, he makes appearances. Huh. Yeah, Kisses. Oh yeah, kisses. He gives kisses by chewing my beard. When we get the new studio set up, we actually might set up an area with. I want to get this really nice bed for him that I've been looking at. It's got real nice memory foam stuff in there because he's getting older, so you know he's getting some of those aches and stuff. He's 12 years old now, and might even set up a little Tanner cam so you know we click it on, see Tanner chilling there, being all cute and you know adorable. So, all right, let's see. I'm going to pick up my deck again. You would love a doggy like Tanner. Had a wonderful cat, Belle, for 18 years. My little soulmate. Oh yeah, Tanner's definitely my soulmate. I've had him 11 and a half years. He was a rescue. I got him from a no-kill shelter. He was being fostered. He kind of had a little bit of a tragic backstory. He was found stuck in a fence line during a rainstorm. And how he was found was a lady had called the police department in the area and said, I hear a baby crying and I can't find it. I've went out searching through this rain and the storm looking for this child and I can't find it. And so the police came out and of course, you know, they start into, you know, search mode looking for a lost, injured child stuck out in the middle of this pouring rainstorm. And they actually found little puppy, 6-month-old puppy Tanner, stuck, well, a little younger than that, but probably about 4 or 5 months old, stuck in a fence line and unable to get loose. He couldn't even get his head down to drink water that was pooling at the floor below him. And he hadn't eaten, so he was starting to, you know, he was starting to dehydrate. He was starting to malnourish. And they got him to a no-kill shelter. They got him to the vets, got him all taken care of. And about 6 weeks or so after they had him is when I went into the shelter, saw him. I looked at Tanner. Tanner looked at me. He was being fostered by a lady, and she was carrying him over her shoulder. You saw how he kind of lays up on my shoulder. She was carrying him like that. You know, brought him in to see me because I'd asked about, you know, the Italian Greyhound because he's an Italian Greyhound Chihuahua mix. And I was just kind of curious about an Italian Greyhound because I'd never seen an Italian Greyhound and I wanted to see what they looked like. And I was looking for a dog at that time and I knew I was going to get a dog from the shelter. It was just, you know, if they didn't have one then, I was going to wait until, you know, they got something that I was looking for. And I met him and he instantly leapt off of her into my arms, crawled up on my shoulder, laid his head down, looked over at me, chewed on my beard, and then from then on, we've been together ever since. And when he done that, the ladies there at the shelter said, you've got to take him, he's yours, he just claimed you. And I went, there's no chance that you're getting him back. I'm taking him home with me today. And I did. Tanner came home with me that day, and we have been together ever since. And the only times that we have really been separated is when I have been in the hospital for medical stuff. And yeah, that sucks. I hate doing that kind of stuff. I'm more intuitive, but there is some psychic stuff there. I'm more intuitive in the way I read. I definitely go for more of an intuitive style. I do have some psychic abilities. I work with my stuff though
a little differently. Like I have some medium abilities too, but I work with those um, more so as a psychopomp or a deathwalker. Um, and so I deal with spirits and stuff along those lines. But that's also a very shamanic way of working. A lot of people that work on a shamanic line, they end up working with spirits. You know, a lot of times I'll work with helping spirits cross over. It could be a very, very scary time when someone passes away. Very scary experience. And so sometimes helping them through that process to cross can be very healing to that soul that's crossing over. Because it's not the end. Yeah, the Tanner story is a great story. I love Tanner. He's over here on the floor all wrapped up in his blankets. And that's the other thing. That dog, I lived out in California and for a while, and that's where I actually got him, was out in California. And I remember one day going out to the car. It's like 95, 96 degree day, stupidly hot, just sun beaten down. The car had been sitting in a driveway, no shade, you know, just hot as can be. So like I get in the car, roll down the windows because it's hot, crank up the air conditioner. Windows are down until the air conditioner really kicks in. Tanner's with me. Tanner jumps in the car, hops in the back seat where he normally rides and chills. And I always kept a blanket in the back seat because Tanner likes to crawl under blankets. And I'd actually throwing the blanket up in the back window because it was so hot. I'm like, he's not going to want his blanket. So Tanner's in there. I back out driveway, driving down. We're going to go get some food. And he's just riding shotgun with me, hanging out and stuff. Pull up, look in the back, and here's Tanner in this 90-degree day, all wrapped up. He had pulled that blanket down off of the back window, pulled it out of there, and was all wrapped up inside of his blanket, laying on the back seat. I'm just like, okay, dog, you're a special kind of crazy. I don't know how you can handle to stay wrapped up in a blanket in a 90-degree day. And it's not like it was a light blanket. It wasn't a sheet. It's like a thick, like faux wool heavy blanket. Like, but yeah, it's just, I don't know. Tanner's something special. He's been with me through a lot of my ceremonial work and stuff that I do. He goes into ceremonies with me whenever I do ceremonies. And he knows his role in ceremonies too. He's learned what he's supposed to do ceremonial wise without even me really training him. Very, very little. Just giving him some simple commands during a ceremony, a time or two, and he just picks it up and goes with it. Like he knows what's supposed to be going on. And it's great when he does that. Like I love that. So, well, it is coming up on midnight, and I actually have to be up super early tomorrow. So I'm not going to go quite as long as I normally do. 'Cause normally I try to go about 3 hours on these lives, sometimes less, depending. But I want to say thank you to everyone who came out tonight. Thank you, Karen, for being here, hanging out in the chat. I've really enjoyed it. I'm glad to have everyone out here, and we will be back Saturday or Sunday this week. To tell you the truth, I'm not 100% sure. It may be Sunday. As soon as I know, I will post something up, but just kind of keep a lookout to see when we go live. I'll try to post up some stuff around on my Facebook page and some other places before then as well. So if you want to connect with me, just you can go to facebook.com/Breaking Reality the show. Thank you so much, Karen. Sweet dreams to you too. I hope you have a good evening or good night, and that you sleep well if that's on your upcoming agenda, or whenever you do. Hope you sleep well. But yeah, I'm going to be. I got to get up early. I'm going to be going to visit an uncle tomorrow that I haven't seen in quite some time, that I've been looking forward to going and seeing. I haven't seen him in a while. He's 85 years old, and I'd like to go spend some time with him. So that's what I'm going to go do tomorrow. So those are the plans. So everybody have a good evening. Be blessed, and we will see you later.